Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy, the Knight of Justice, and today we're going to be covering Mantain along with scaling members of the Falling Star, the Men of Lineage, and might be covering the other few things added on like potential scaling for other characters like Franklin Richards, Galactus, and Scryer. Now, most of the scaling of Mantain along with the Falling Stars all appear in Strange Tales and other issues that are connected to it. So I'll try my best to put together the feats and scaling for these characters. I will admit there are some of the scaling of it is quite iffy depending on how you interpret it, but I will admit also that Man-Thing and the Fallen Stars are pretty high within the Marvel cosmology. But before we begin, I'd like to give a shout out to my friend Haiku, Seed, and Jazz for helping me out with this video. We did a lot of research and I asked them for a good help with the scaling for Man-Thing and the Falling Stars, and I'd like to thank them for their help with us with finding the research for these characters. So, to give a shout out to them, and let's begin. So for starters, let's start off with who is Man-Thing. Theodore Sales was a genius biochemist who was working with the United States government to create a super soldier serum that transformed Captain America into who he is today. His research was located deep into the Florida Everglades, supposedly safe from enemy spies. Because of his work was discovered by AIM agents, causing him to flee into the swamps. With only a sample of the serum, he injected it into himself with the serum in order to escape the AIM agents. But the serum was unstable and unfinished, and had mystical force properties within the swamp to bond with him as he transformed. When the transformation was complete, he was not the super soldier that he had anticipated he would be, but a being made of slime, plant matter, near mindless, and unable to feel emotion, unless they are borrowed from others, specimens of creatures nearby. This new Man-Thing served as the guardian of the swamp, which contained the nexus of all realities, a point from which any universe can access. There's more to this story, but it's very complicated, not really necessary to understand for the character. But Man-Thing's connection to it is far greater than what many people may not understand. Now, before the Fallen Star incident, Man-Thing was portrayed as being Ted Sales, a regular human who you know now has became Man-Thing. But post Fallen Star, not only was Ted revealed to be the keeper of the dream, but also directly stated to be the man of lineage, one who keeps the dream alive along with his son, Bob Burks, who also has the ability. He is no longer the Man-Thing post Strange Tales, as is shown in Peter Parker Annual 1999. He is one with the Nexus, shown during the beginning of Peter Parker Annual 1999. Countdown is now officially the Man-Thing, since Ted became one with the Nexus. Now, for starters, let's go off with hacks and abilities that Man-Thing has portrayed over the years of his publication. Man-Thing can sense the emotion of other beings. He feels them as they were his own emotions. Since he can particularly interact with emotions of his own, he's not capable of forming emotions of his own. He can influence the emotions of others as well. He also is a telepath, but this power is used more or less often, less shown. Additionally, his power can guide him and occasionally give him insight on or information of others. He can sense the fear of an inhabitant. He can also detect large amounts of pain and fear across large areas, such as a planet. With his telepathy, he's able to communicate with the likes of Jean Grey, a very impressive telepath, causing the man to realize his traumatic experience, understands the man's desire, and makes the man reveal his most horrific memories. Now, Man-Thing's most iconic trademark he has is that whoever shows fear also burns by the touch by the Man-Thing, or whoever fears the Man-Thing is burned by his touch. So if you ever show fear within you, you will be burned by the touch of the Man-Thing. In the presence of so much fear in the world during the Serpent invasion and Fear Itself event, Man-Thing's body burned extremely hot with flames that would even engulf incinerate entire New York City if he wasn't calmed down. It doesn't matter if you are a gas, stone, or ice, or inanimate object. If you are scared of him, you will burn. Mantain is also the teleport. By interacting and connecting with the Nexus, lets him teleport around the universe and even to other universes. He's also to give Cain Marko the power of the Juggernaut by opening a portal to an alternate reality where Juggernaut died as Sidorak and needed a new host. Served as a guide for the Nexus as well as its protector, as he's most is his place as his role is. Open vision into an alternate timeline. He also has reality warping, where he's able to presence enough fear that Man-Thing's power grows enough to take control of the Nexus and use it to warp reality. And also, Death Strike's death powers don't affect Man-Thing because he's neither alive nor dead. Now, let's get into the scaling for Man-Thing and the Falling Stars, along with the Men of Lineage and Job Burks. But let's cover a few things. It was stated by Dr. Strange during Man-Thing issue 3 that the cause of all things ending was caused by the Counter-Earth eventually affecting the heroes of legend returning to the 616 reality, meaning that these chains of events did happen in the comics. The end of all things was in Man-Thing and Strange Tales was all realities, all levels of realities, which could be considered a massive outlier for like post Strange Tales or post Heroes Reborn Doctor Strange, but it would be considered an interesting feat for him. I would say more like a high-end feat, or like a wink feat. Now, what is the Men of Lineage? The Men of Lineage is more so a position that's passed down. They are beings whose sole existence to keep the Divine Creator's dream intact, which also sees existence as a dream. Without them, the dream would be destroyed, and the Divine Creator would fall into a dreamless sleep, devoid of any dreams. Given this divine right by the Creator, gets generated, watches over all the dreams. Now, there are two Men of Legends. The first was Theodore Sales, or Man-Thing, and the last was Kanan, Adam Kanan, the Fallen Star member, the father of the Fallen Stars. Now, Kanan is directly stated to be equal of the Creator. If anyone can kill him, so can the Creator. This is important as it was directly stated that the Creator is consciousness, is one with every plane, every being, all time and all space. Kanan Man-Thing is stated to be the father of the Fallen Stars and a threat to the Creator and his potential equal. Also stated to be struck between infinity and humanity and the Book of Life, which everything in it should scale to Kanan, including all things that exist within it, which would include eternity's realms, stated to be maintaining the dreams of existence. Kanan, given an ant from the Fallen Stars proper, he gives Spider-Man power enough to fight off the Outrider, who was one with the Nexus at the time. Other impressive feats would consist of the cosmic fire that acted through all levels of creation and was going to destroy all levels of creation. The cosmic fire was revealed to be Terminus. Keep in mind that Terminus wasn't Ant when he did this, and neither was he at his maximum power. Terminus is also another member of the Fallen Stars. Kanan is also able to harm Terminus without any effort, again, with no significant amp. As the Men of Lineage, viewing everything in the Divine Creator's dream as a dream, stated outright to be beyond the comprehension of Kanan and Terminus. Entities that have encountered the Divine Creator and bask in his glory, as such, should be at least relative and unfathomably above Kanan. It is also shown to be all planes, all time, all layers, all realities of creation, dreams, all realities on every plane, in the state to be a threat to the Divine Creator. Like the Divine Creator, it views concepts, infinity, time, space as a mere dream, said to be a boundless and infinite measure. Even when compared to the fallen stars, who predate the concept of time and space, even the lights of such as Doctor Strange, who can fight off those such as Maya. Ted Sales' rejection of reality also caused the end of the dream, along with Franklin Richards' Counter-Earth. Mantain, then, is one with the omnipoint, in which all dimensions realities are one. Ellen Burks and Ted Sales showed up only as the fallen stars. After a year later, blending imperfectly with the 1990 comics, implying that Ted Sales and Conan both left being Man-Thing to permanently within the Nexus. It also remembers Conan, which immediately important by the occasion of Fusion Reborn. I mean, not Fusion Reborn, Hero Reborn. I need to start watching Dragon Ball that much. From the Maverick itself, which Demadius gives to the authors, issue 4 of Strange Tales, volume 4, while Terminus taunted Sour, Conan, and Sales, and the other fallen stars, he simultaneously generates a duplicate of himself, and then confronts Owen Jackson, posing as an angel, and convincing him that he was needed to fight as a soldier for the Lord. Terminus gives Jackson the Sword of Righteousness, empowering him with the last remains of the Nexus fragment, while Conan had reformed Ted Sales as a whole impact being outside of Man-Thing. The Conan possessed Man-Thing, preparing to send Jobs home and claim the necklace containing the Nexus fragment, but Jackson, then embedded, roared like a demon from hell, slowing Jobs with this sword, then proceeds to imp himself using the Nexus fragment. The Nexus. Despite all the feats and statements take place in Man-Thing issue 3 and 4, in which fighting the opposing these enemies, neither Conan nor Ted has shown any type of fear. Man-Thing is Conan post Strange Tales, as the real Ted and Ellen are within the Nexus. Now I bet you guys has been asking, who is the Divine Creator? The Divine Creator is a godlike entity that is referenced throughout Man-Thing and Strange Tales comics. It is the creator of the fallen stars, the men of lineage, and both in charge of keeping the dreams of reality actually alive in different ways. If the dreams end, so does all reality itself. Everything in creation is inside the mind of the creator, which includes the nexus of all reality. It is the void of unspace, which contains a fragment of reality, of infinity. And even all dimensions, planes, all time, and all layers, all levels of creation, and dreams, an endless sea of dreams, all realities on every plane. And downright says that the nexus of our reality contains all mere dimensions of existence. The nexus of all realities has realities and realities within realities, which each reality containing concepts that resides in reality. It also has infinite potential possible higher dimensions, worlds, a world that is beyond existence itself. To compare Conan rivals the power of the Divine Creator, who created that every level of creation, reality, and universes. The Creator is connected to everything within the dream, including all higher dimensions such as the nexus of our reality and higher realms, etc. Even being connected to God's subconsciousness, making you one with all time and space. So you can say that Conan equals the Creator, post Strange Tales, Man-Thing equals Conan. The cosmic fire was revealed to be Terminus, implying this will at least be high 1B for the fallen stars without any amps. Keep in mind that Terminus, as I said before, wasn't in when he did this, neither was he at maximum power. Now, let's get into the fallen star members. Cleito, who was one with all things, places, and being in the creation within mere presence, which would also include every level of creation, which she was one with. And this would include the all point, which is the swamp man thing that all things, place, time, dimensions, and universe returns to when creation sleeps. Terminus, another fellow fallen star member, was revealed to be the cosmic fire that was echoing throughout creation and was also going to destroy all levels of creation. Kanan was stated to be the father of all the fallen stars and a threat to the creator, also stated to be struck between infinity and humanity, and the book of life, which everything in it should scale to Kanan, including all things that exist within it, which would include eternity's realm, states to maintain dreams of existence. Now, as I find this character quite interesting, Job Burks is the son of Ted Sales and his wife Elaine. After Ted became Mantain and Elaine was scared by him, she discovered she was pregnant and gave birth to James. She gave James up for adoption as she was too emotionally damaged to take care of him. As a direct descendant of Adam Connor's, Job had inherited the duty to maintain the illusions of reality, a responsibility trusted upon the descendant of Adam, once pre-generation. The being, called Mr. Terminus, convinced and sought to teach and manipulate Jobs as without him, to maintain the dream of reality, it would all fade away, which was Terminus' entire plan and goal. Now, Job Burks only has a power feat in Strange Tales, issue 4, the end of all things that exist. And let me just say, the implication of this feat is immense in this issue. So basically, the creator, or divine creator, is basically the magic version of the one of all, is how I see it. It wanted to destroy all of existence, which included many planes, many realms of high 1B to even 1A nature, which would include Eternity's realm, the crossroads of infinity, and their inherent infinite levels of infinity. Everything else that was introduced before it can be viewed as all levels of creation, which you could also say would include the likes of Oblivion. As his first appearance was in 1985, this book took place in 1998, etc., and would view all of it as nothing more as a dream, and everything from its beginningness into the end of all of creation. As I said before, it is here that it's confirmed that the cosmic fire that echoed through all levels of creation and was going to destroy all levels of creation was in fact Mr. Terminus, Mr. Creator, in its restricted form. Everything is viewed as a dream by Jobs. It is also affirmed that all the fallen stars are dreamers of the Marvel Universe. Everything in existence is a Jobs dream, including the Creator, which would include the sea of absolute nothingness, where time or space has no meaning or concept within it. Based on how the Creator has existed his dream, to enter Jobs' dream because of their dreams are difficult things. It is implied that Jobs' dream transcends the Creator's dream, which is a realm of unrealities, a realm inside of unrealities. He views himself as a master, or thinks all others are nothing more than a dream. Always coming into my dream seems to imply that his dream is completely different from the Creator's. Also confirms that this dream is different from the Creator's, proving he technically transcends the Creator's dream, or at least rivals it. This would also contain memories of the falling stars, by saying he wants to return to the Creator's dream to see his family. The Creator was stated to be the equivalent of the one of all by the Mattias. The Creator was supposed to be God. His most likely position is the one of all, due to both the man who worked directly with the Mattias and the guy who made the Mappet page confirming this together. It is hard to deny or not accept that the Creator's dream directly includes the Omnipoint, the Swamp Thing is on, which the place where all dimensions, parallel worlds, and universe spawn from, where creation goes back to when it sleeps. who was also viewed by Job as a dream, by Job in the newer form. Doctor Strange, who is viewed as a dream by both the Creator and Jobs, in this comic, was able to transport him to the end of all things, and work at every level of reality, which just his will keep everything from being and becoming nothing, implying he can manipulate everything within the Marvel Universe, from the beginningness of creation to the end of all things, and scan those who transcend the dream, like Jobs, the fallen star, or the Creator, to avoid it all being destroyed. Terminus / the Creator, who is viewed as a dream by Jobs, is consistently superior to him, was also unaffected by the version of Doctor Strange who was powered heavily in its restricted form. So, going off of this, you can say like beings like Man-Thing, the Man of Lineage, Kanan, the other Fallen Star members, the Divine Creator, and Job Burks would be around like high into high 1B, or possibly like 1A, likely 1A, going off of this. Now I will admit, the Man-Thing scaling within Strange Tales can be kind of strange, and depending on how you interpret it, some people may see it as high 1B, others may see it as like 1A, and some may see it as like high 1A, but I would generally see it between like high 1B to 1A. Or in Lane's terms for you guys, high into high hyperversal and outerversal. Now, before I end this video, I also want to give a recognition or recognize some feats for Galactus that could possibly put him a lot higher, or put him high in the high 1B. No, this will only be for Life-Bringing Galactus, as for the highest way you can scale, not Life-Bringing Galactus, well-fed Galactus. This would be scaling for the highest you could put a well-fed Galactus. Now, during the Annihilation event, Galactus was turned into a bomb to destroy the Negative Zone. We have seen before that the Negative Zone contained the Crossroad of Infinity, so the bomb that could destroy it would have destroyed the Crossroad as Infinity as well, which would imply to be an infinite dimensional structure. The Cosmic Control Rod allows one to have complete control over the Negative Zone as well as the Annihilation Wave. Reed Richards was going to destroy everything in the Negative Zone, including the Crossroads reality, showing even if the Ultimate Nullifier is far weaker than the one using it to restart the multiverse, it can still be scaled on a high 1B scale. Even the Nihilist said it can cause endless destruction, meaning that the Nihilist likely has it superior to the Cosmic Control Rod. When the likes of probably the power of Ultimate Nullifier was never deemed as such implied, it was vastly weaker than the Celestials, even when wielded by Reed Richards, and was clearly consuming his whole being into it, to the point he was sweating. He was concentrating his whole being within it, making him sweat a lot. There's also a time we see him restart the multiverse, canon to the Abraxas art, when he uses it. It didn't take much concentration to do so. He was very much more concentrated in this event, hinting he was using more power, yet it was doing nothing and was nowhere near a threat. It was also stated, after the events of Chaos War and Thor Annual, stated that things between the Galactus, Other, and Scryer, a fight between them would destroy all of creation, and the Chaos War was merely a prelude compared. It was like nothing compared to destruction as it would cause this. And keep in mind that the events caused by the Chaos King and Chaos War was clearly high 1B, since he destroyed 98% of the Marvel Multiverse. Keep in mind that Oblivion stated that the Chaos War was nothing more but a prelude compared to the destruction this fight between the Galactus and the Other, along with Scryer, would cause. And even in Ultimates, a hungry Galactus was going to devour all of time and space, including the First Firmament. Likely an inconsistent for a hungry Galactus, but a pretty impressive feat to put at this scale. But now that that's out of the way, where would Man-Thing, the Fallen Stars, the Divine Creator, Kanan, and Jobbert scale? Well, going off the events in Strange Tales, or in Mantain, depending on how you interpret it, I would say that they would be likely high in the high 1B to 1A. Now, many may say it would be like high 1B to like high 1A, or just high 1B, or even 1A, but I would see it as high 1B to 1A. But that's been the video. If you like the video, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Also comment down below and tell me what you want to see for more future content. Also, after this, I will be scaling Sentry and doing a video on him, and maybe I'll also cover Franklin Richards. I'm likely going to do some more anime content. Be on the lookout for like Bleach or Naruto or even some Dragon Ball. My videos I'm planning on for them will likely be on like Kenpachi, Grimmjow, or like the Espada in general. And for Naruto, like my first video for Naruto will be like EMS Sasuke. And for Dragon Ball, I'll most definitely be covering like Janemba, Goku, and Demigra. Now for DC side, Cosmic Armor Superman and Lucifer Morningstar and Mandrake are definitely ideas. Also, Post-Crisis Superman and Orion are also in the bucket. So be on the lookout for those. But like I said, like, share, and subscribe. Also comment down below. Hit the notification button for more. Be notified for videos coming out. And I will see you guys next time. Peace.